All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. I'm going to ask my colleagues to turn on their cameras if they don't mind. All right. Um, Alan, if you can turn on your camera, we can get this started quickly. All right. So I am David Annakie right here for the Link Up Media Group of Companies. We do each and every single weekday what is called Cruisin with the Case Handler. The case handler happens to be a top personal injury attorney in the United States of America, and of course, focusing on New Jersey and New York. He has topped $130 million in personal injury settlements for his clients, by way of which most are Caribbeans rather. I want to welcome him to the show. That's Adam Handler. Welcome back to your show, sir. It's good to have you back here.
Good morning. Thank you so much. It's good to be back. We had a great show yesterday. We only did personal injury. And for those of you tuned in, thank you so much. Today, we're going to expand the panel a little bit to immigration. We got some great immigration attorneys at Pollack, Isaac DeSico, partners of mine, friends of mine, and just wonderful guys. So happy to have them on to answer all those questions. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Squeeze was, as usual, absolutely correct. My name is Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. It is Thursday, the 21st of January. Day one of the Biden administration, well, actually probably day two, actually, if you look at it technically. So some exciting things on the horizon for all individuals, particularly those who have immigrated to the United States and are looking to legalize their status here. We are Pollack, Isaac DeSico. We are a full service law firm. I handle the personal injury cases. I've been practicing personal injury for 17 years. I'm a third generation attorney, partner of the firm, a very proud partner. In fact, it's my sixth year at Pollack, Isaac DeSico. I was working at another full service law firm prior to that, took my practice, left, picked up my toys and went home and brought it over to the maestro, Conrad Pollack, and we've really done some incredible things. Over $20 million last year in 2020, over $25 million in 2019. So we're certainly on a hot streak for our clients. Let me give out our phone number a couple of times. 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. PPID are the initials of our firm, of course, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. The case handler is certainly down with PPID. Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, I know, is down with PPID. Alan K., you're down with PPID, right, Alan? All right. Raised his hand. Of course he is. Conrad, we know he's down with Pollack, Isaac DeSico. His name is in there twice, so he gets a pass on that question. And Squeeze, I guess the final question for you is, when you have a legal problem and you need that legal solution, or you have that legal question and you need that legal answer, are you down with PPID?
Come on, Adam, you ask me this every day. I'm down with PPID. The question is, are the listeners, are the viewers down with PPID? I'm not.
Well, there's a few ways they can show their love. There's a few ways they can show their support. There's a few ways they can answer that. And that's, of course, calling our number, saving our number, perhaps even joining our newsletter. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Very, very easy to get connected to our firm. Consults at ppid.com connects you to our firm.
It's now news at ppid.com.
What is it?
News.
Oh, we fixed it. Perfect. All right. So news.
ppid.com.
N-E-W. I like that. It's even easier. News. N-E-W-S at ppid.com. If you email us, you'll be connected to our monthly newsletter. We'll talk about that. And of course, if you can safely do so right now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, those of you listening on 93.5 FM, we thank you so much. There's other things you could be listening to right now, other things you could be doing right now, but you're here with us. It means the world to us. It really, really does. But if you could take it one step forward and check us out on social media, check out the Case Handler on Instagram, check out the Case Handler on Facebook, check out PPID on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see exactly what we do, how we do it, and I think you will know for sure how exceptional we are as attorneys. So thank you so much, Squeeze.
Absolutely. And once again, that's Adam Handler, the case handler. The show is actually named after him. All right. And of course, brought to you by PPID, Pollack, Isaac and Seco, the big time law firm in New York City, with our managing partner, Conrad Pollack. We've got Annakie, we've got Nelson Madrid. We all got nicknames here, but we'll get to that shortly. Right now, for the next 60 seconds before I turn it over to Annakie or find out what some of the other attorneys have to say today, considering it's the second day of our President Biden. All right. I would like for everyone right now, let's make today's show more of a hit than before, considering the change in our administration. I would like everyone watching this law show right now to actually share this with every single person you have on your Facebook page. All right. If you want to see the show, you can go to the Case Handlers page. That's it. You can go to Pollack, Isaac and DeSico's page, PPID, or you can go to my page, David Squeeze Annakie, or Link Up Radio's page. And I'd like for you to just click on the share button and share to at least 20 people or everyone in groups, on pages. We're going to let this show, as usual, be a huge success. Want to say that quite a few people here is saying they're down with PPID, like Natalie Neal, she's down with PPID. Denisha Joseph is down with PPID. Everybody watching us on Facebook is down with PPID. The listeners, are you down with PPID? If you're down with PPID and you're not in front of Facebook, dial this number, 844-774-3529, and save that number. If you're down with PPID, email this email address right now so this way you can get on the newsletter and know what's happening at the firm with immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, business law, and more. The email address is news@ppid.com. That's news@ppid.com, or dial 844-774-3529. Our marketing departments, respectively. I would love for you guys to join some groups and share this powerful show that we're all watching and listening to in as many groups as possible. Come next week, Friday at 6 p.m., we have a powerful forum called the PPID Law Forum, where we're going to be talking about so many different areas of law, but the focus and the primary focus will be on immigration, but we'll be speaking about the other areas. With that said, as you share on Facebook, as you turn up your radios and let others know that we're about to talk about immigration and personal injury, let me welcome the attorneys. Let me say a pleasant welcome to Annakie, who always logs on very early. All right. How are you doing, Alan?
I'm good, thank you. And how are you?
I'm wonderful. I know you have a lot to talk about today.
And he sounds great. We got him his microphone. He sounds amazing. You know, he's got such great contact. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening, this is Annakie. We call him the General. He has such great content and such great messages. And the fact that we got him a microphone, we can hear him. Oh my God, I got goosebumps right now. Look out, world. Here comes the General.
The General Annakie. He has we gave him that name because of how much knowledge he has on immigration. So any one of you out there going anywhere else to get your immigration situation sorted out, I feel for you. But if you come to the firm PPID, you're getting depth, you're getting experience. Conrad jokes about it so many times because of his age, but with age comes wisdom. He's got a lot of knowledge and he knows so many people in immigration. So reach out to the firm to get your immigration situation sorted out. 844-PPID Law. Don't forget this evening, Facebook viewers, radio listeners, tune in on Facebook, David Squeeze Annakie, PPID's page, the Case Handlers page. We will be live again at 6. We've got so much to talk about. We will be answering all of your questions in immigration, on personal injury, and more. All right. Let's welcome Nelson Madrid. How you doing, Mr. Madrid?
Good morning. It feels great, actually, to wake up this morning and not read 18 angry tweets from our commander-in-chief. So it's a beautiful day. I feel very good, very rested, and looking forward to these changes that Alan will soon talk about.
Absolutely. Nelson Madrid, we call him the Maverick. Why? Because he loves those complex cases, especially when people are put in removal proceedings. Do not go anywhere else but PPID. If you've ever been arrested, if you've ever been put in removal proceedings, you need the Maverick. That's the attorney. That's the partner at PPID. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. The managing partner, Conrad Pollack. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good. And it's a brand new day in more ways than one. And reiterating what my partners and fellow coworkers are saying, a lot of good stuff coming. So nice to not have to be reading those tweets and waking up to the news that this happened or he fired this guy or this scandal has erupted. Plus the biggest bonus, we have the case handler. Adam Handler himself is back on the air with us, with his crew. It's been a week. We missed you, Adam.
Oh man.
There were a lot of gaps in the airspace there where we'd all be just sitting there silently where, hey, who's going to say something? Adam's not here. Who's going to talk?
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that's the nicest thing Conrad has ever said to you.
Also, I hate to correct you, Mr. MC, but 2 weeks. We're doing the seminar at the legal forum in 2 weeks on February 5th, I believe, is our date.
Yeah.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. We have 2 weeks, but we'll be posting that and advertising and letting everybody know on a regular basis. And also, we've been talking about our newsletter. Those of you that are listening this morning, I'm sure you're interested in what's happening with immigration. And there is going to be so much happening over the next few weeks and a few months that's already started with the flurry of executive orders that Alan's going to talk about. These flurry of executive orders that our new president signed yesterday, and the proposals for the new immigration law, which, if it happens in its proposed form, is going to be like an earthquake with regard to the immigrant population in this country. It is unbelievable how ambitious and how generous it is to the immigrant population in this country. And I'm not optimistic that it's going to be passed in its current form, in its proposed form. So it's about as generous as you can ever imagine. But I'm optimistic that we're going to get it in some shape or form, and that's good news for everybody out there. So stay on top of what's happening, not only by listening to our show, but sign up for our newsletter. We're giving it, what was it, news@ppid.com?
Yeah, that's a good one.
There you go, news@ppid.com. You shoot us an email, we'll add you to our email list, and you'll get our weekly newsletter, which actually currently it might even be happening a couple times a week with all the different things that may be going on. So with that said, I'll turn it back to the guys in charge here, give out our number, and then let the general get going.
That's the managing partner, the maestro. We have nicknamed him Conrad Pollack at the firm. They're all practicing attorneys, as Adam always remind me to let you know that they're all practicing attorneys, not some guy sitting in a corner just talking on the radio and not doing any work behind the scenes. They all work, ladies and gentlemen. Every single day they are working. They are powerful attorneys. They are your attorneys. Make sure you reach out to them. The number is 844-774-3529. If this is your first time listening to us, turn up your radios, lock the time in, 9:30 a.m. each and every single weekday. Lock the page that you're watching in. We're going to be answering immigration questions. Start putting those immigration questions in the WhatsApp group. If my team can post that WhatsApp link, I'd appreciate it. All right. And also, of course, the link for, opting in with the email address. And also remember to email news@ppid.com to join our newsletter to find out more about what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump to Mr. Handler because I know once Alan gets going, he's going to be going. Can you quickly tell us a little bit about your personal injury department, sir, before we can...
Yeah, we'll talk. We went at length yesterday about PI. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. I'm here to help you and your family when disaster strikes. I've been on this radio broadcasting for over 15 years to the Caribbean community. You guys know who I am. You know what I do. You wouldn't be listening if you didn't believe in me and believe in my practice. And we've helped literally thousands of people over the years obtain millions and millions and millions of dollars. Squeeze mentioned it before. I'm over 130 million in my career, 20 million last year, 25 million the year before. Obviously, last year was a difficult year to get a lot of things done just because the courts are closed. I have not been in court since March of 2020. It's unbelievable to think that. I was running around like a chicken without a head. I don't even know what that means, but it's an expression. But anyway, I was running around crazy, and we were doing some incredible things, and we're still doing incredible things. And I'm here to get you paid. You're entitled to money under the law if you're in an accident, whether it's a car accident, a construction accident, a workplace accident, a slip or trip and fall, medical malpractice, nursing home negligence. If somebody has wronged you, if somebody has done you dirty, the only legal remedy available to you in the American civil system of justice is monetary compensation. And we'll get you payment for your medical bills, your time out of work, and of course your pain and suffering. And you got one chance to get it right. Maybe we don't stress that enough. We haven't said it in a while. One chance to get it right. And that's why we always say one chance, one choice, your case handler. And we're here for you. We've always been here for you, and we will continue to be here for you. You just have to have our number, whether you want to save it now, save it later, or just Google us when disaster strikes. We will let you know how we can help you. And of course, Squeeze, can't stress this enough. It's immaterial and regardless of your immigration status. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, whether you're from Mexico or the moon. If you're hurt here in the United States, you are entitled to money under the law. Facts. There's no question about it. And of course, if you have any questions about your immigration status and how this case may affect it, even though it really won't, but if you do have any questions, the wonderful thing is that we are a full service law firm. So if you have an injury case and you want to know how it's going to affect your status, maybe you'll overstay your visa if you stay here getting your treatment. Well, we'll extend that visa for you. Or maybe you have an immigration case and you have a personal injury case and you're not sure what to do. We cross over. Now, just to be clear, we all have our very specific fields of practice, right? My practice is personal injury. I don't mess with immigration. I enjoy it. I know a lot about it just because I've always been associated with immigration lawyers, and I've heard enough about it through the years of doing this show, but I would never give immigration advice. I would never work on an immigration case. Just like Conrad, Alan, Nelson, yes, they know about personal injury. They know the rules, they know the laws, but that's not their area of specialty. And they referred over to me. So even though we are a full service law firm, we are not, jack of all, master of none, as Nelson says. We all have our specific areas of law that we practice in. And to be honest, we all have our specific areas of law that we really, really do enjoy. And we all enjoy what we do. And that makes us better lawyers.
Absolutely.
If I could just jump in for a second. We're not just practicing attorneys. We actually make appearances, right? So it's actually Adam Handler will go to court and represent someone at trial if necessary. I will go to court and represent someone if necessary. So, it's not practicing can be you're sitting at a desk and not necessarily moving. Adam and I move, and we move quickly.
Yeah, we certainly do. And that's the biggest part of my job that I really do miss. I miss suiting up and going there and fighting for my clients. We do it in a virtual basis now, just like this, but we'll be back soon. But yes, you're absolutely right, Nelson. We are practicing attorneys who go to court with you. A lot of times these law firms out there will advertise, hey, come to us. Hey, we're the greatest. Hey, do this. And then you go there and they say, okay, your file is going to be handed here. And you have no idea who that lawyer is. You have no idea who the track record is. And that's the biggest difference. You want the case handler, you got the case handler. You want the general, you get the general. You want the maestro, you get the maestro. You want the maverick, you get the maverick.
And the other thing that I like about the firm, Adam and attorneys, is that I don't like to use words specialty or specialization. You all have your own section, your own capacity that you are so good at, and you guys talk to each other on that. So whether it's family-based petitions, whether it's removal proceedings, you guys have a point person that deals with that. I like that on immigration. I like the fact that you guys compartmentalize everything. That's the reason why Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico cannot be compared to. All right, they are truly on point in helping so many people. Also, the firm is extremely multifaceted and diverse. It's not just Jamaicans, it's not just Caribbeans, there's Latinos, there's everybody, there's Eastern Europeans, everybody they handle. And of course, they speak multiple languages. So once again, folks, reach out to them. 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. Or you can email them for the newsletter, news@ppid.com. We've got a major PPID law forum coming up on the 5th of February. But now it's time for the general. He's about to bring us up to speed as to what the flurry of executive orders mean in the capacity of immigration. What does it all mean? Do you all want to understand what that means? Well, do me a favor. Every one of you, do another share for me on Facebook. Do another call to 844-PPID-LAW. All right, share with everyone and let them know that Alan EK is giving updates as to what all these executive orders mean by the President Biden. All right, let's turn it over to Alan EK. The moment is all yours. It's yours, Alan. Welcome again to the show, man.
Thank you. Okay, now how are we going to have changes? Changes are going to come two different ways. Changes are going to come by executive orders from the president, and changes are going to come through legislation in Congress. Legislation in Congress is going to take time. It has to be passed by the House, and has to be passed by the Senate. It has to be signed by the president. But in the meantime, some important things have happened. It's just been announced that there's going to be a 100-day pause on certain removals, an immediate deportation moratorium. So therefore, the government has announced that in the interim, they're only going to focus on three different things: national security, border security, and public safety. Under our ex-president, anybody who is illegal could be grabbed on the street by ICE and held and started removal proceeding. So these certain priorities will apply, this 100-day moratorium. It'll apply not only to the decision to issue, serve, file, or cancel a notice to appear, which starts a removal proceeding, but a lot of other things. It'll apply to who they're going to stop, who they're going to question, who they're going to arrest, who they're going to detain, who they're going to release, who they're going to settle, who they're going to dismiss, who's going to get parole. So it's a lot of different things. But in the meantime, the main headline is an immediate 100-day pause on removal proceedings. This is really, really good news. Now, aside from that, I have a number of colleagues and we talk every day, and they're all over the country, and they put out some things which PPID will also put out to give you some important news. And so the Biden administration, they promised to introduce immigration reform. Now, this is great news to our community, but don't stand up and cheer yet.
You know, Alan, if I could jump in for a second, it
Yes.
sounds to me like we're going back to priorities.
Well, yes, we're going back to priorities.
Right? And go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, yes, you're right. We're going back to priorities, and basically to make these things permanent, aside from the executive orders, legislation has to be introduced, debated by the House and Senate. Bills have to be passed. The president has to approve it. It all takes time. But right now, there's a priority, a 100-day moratorium on removal. So therefore, no one knows for sure what the proposed new law will provide. But we do know this: there will be an 8-year citizenship plan for long-term undocumented families. Only families who are present in the United States will qualify. Eligible individuals will be granted temporary status for 5 years. Then eligible individuals will become permanent residents. Then, after another 3 years, these individuals will be eligible to apply for citizenship. This time frame will be much shorter for people who are under DACA. But to people who are listening now who are undocumented, I want you to follow this. Number one, take no action at this time. Do not pay money to anyone who tells you they can get you work authorization or a green card or get you in line for any immigration benefits. Don't listen to notaries and secondary sources who don't understand the legal system. Follow reputable mainstream news sources. Follow PPID. Don't purchase or use false documents. Watch for the media for passage of a law granting relief. Continue to pay taxes and use a reliable accountant or CPA. Don't purchase or use false documents. Never, never, never represent yourself as a citizen, especially when you're asked to complete by your employer at I-9 and obey all laws. So the idea is this, that you've got to be very careful right now. And the main thing is follow mainstream media, reputable news organizations, follow PPID. Any news, new immigration laws will be big news. Organize your documents. If there's an immigration reform, it's likely you'll have to prove that you'll be living in the United States before a certain date. So now is a good time to make sure you have your documents in a safe place. Stay out of trouble. Until a new law exists and we know what the requirements are, the present law is still in place, and people can still be deported. Watch out for notarios, translators, bookkeepers, or others who just prepare immigration forms. They're not licensed immigration attorneys. Notarios do not know the law. They do not care. If a notario does something wrong, you can end up deported with no way to get your money back. So it's exciting to hear President Biden's proposals on immigration. My advice is for you to remain cautious. Until immigration relief becomes available, be very careful. We will continue, PPID will continue to update you accordingly so you can share news with your family or friends. Until then, the immigration law remains the same, but this idea about a 100-day moratorium on deportation removal is really good news. And we will be PPID will be sending you this news in the newsletter, in special bulletins about what's likely to happen. So aside from the things we've been talking about all along about travelers.
Alan, before you continue, allow me to give out the phone number. That was a lot of information that you just gave us. And want to say thanks to everyone tuning in on 93.5 WVIP FM for this powerful law show called Cruising with a Case Handler. You just heard the voice of Alan E.K. We call him the General. He's an attorney at the law firm PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And everyone out there, let me give you the phone number for this firm that deals in immigration, personal injury, and more. The number is 844-774-3529. As Alan noted, do not take any action now with any externals, such as the person up on Gun Hill Road and down at Eastern Parkway, the consultants and all of that. You got to go with licensed individuals, such as PPID. So once again, as Conrad makes it clear that immigration is a minefield, and yes, executive orders are in place. Do not do anything with anyone that you know is not licensed in the capacity of immigration. The number to call is 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you'd like to be updated constantly on information, on news, where immigration, personal injury, and more is concerned, email news@ppid.com. That's news@ppi.com. Or you can continue watching us on Facebook. Opt in on the link that is on Facebook so you can put your email address in there, all right? Or send us your email address via news@ppid.com. Don't forget, also, if you ever get hurt in an accident, do not, I repeat, go to anyone out there that's saying, hey, here's my business card after they chase you in the ambulance. All right. Do not go to these individuals that do not have a reputation like the case handler who has settled well over $130 million. You don't want to do that. All right. You could screw up your case and you will have no recourse once you have settled your case for your $500 or your couple $1,000. You want to go with someone who knows what they're doing, someone who will go to court for you, with you. And that's Adam Handler when you get hurt in an accident. So once again, his number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you have ever had a run-in with the law and you're out of status or want to get in status or filing for someone or being filed for, you want to go with PPID's Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, top attorney there and a partner at the firm, 774-3529. That's 774-3529. Listen, stop being cheap. I said it, okay? Hire the attorneys. Let them do the work. You get what you pay for in life. If you pay nothing, you get nothing. You pay something, you get something. You pay more, you get more, all right? Make sure you make it PPID. I can't yell enough. I can't scream enough because I'm not that dude, all right? Let's kick it over to, back to Alan EK, right after Adam says something. Adam, make sure you check out the top for me, all right?
Yeah, of course, man. Listen, we're happy you're with us. Thank you for tuning in. We love you. We're here for you. 844-774-3529, 844-PPID-LAW. All you need is us, PPID. Enjoy what you hear over the next few minutes. Is always interesting, but we are the real deal. We are exceptional attorneys. You know it. We know it. Question is, are you down with PPID?
That is the question. Thank you so much. Let's get to the top.
It's 10 o'clock.
There we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we turn it back over to, of course, Alan EK, as Adam checks out what he's got to check out right now. Let's turn it back over to Alan EK, who will continue with the updates. Alan.
Okay, now remember that we told you about this. All international air travelers to the United States will now have to show proof of a negative virus test before leaving, and this policy takes effect on January 26th. So if you or your relatives or friends are planning to come to the United States after January 26th, they're going to have to show proof of a negative virus test before leaving. Now, also, there are backlogs in the application support centers where you have to go to get your biometrics. And as of December, there were 1.3 million applications waiting for biometrics appointments. So there's a backlog there. People who have filed applications with the lockbox, and there are a couple of USCIS lockboxes around the country, there's a delay of a number of weeks until you get your receipts from the lockbox. Now, in an hour or so, Senator Menendez from New Jersey who is going to be introducing immigration legislation in Senate very shortly, will be giving a talk, and Conrad and Nelson and I will be listening to Senator Menendez, and I will report back to you tonight, the next program, about what he said. But he's going to be the one person who's going to be introducing the immigration legislation for the Biden administration. So we're at 11 o'clock. I will be listening to Senator Menendez, and will report back to you on what he said.
Alan, if I could just jump in for a sec.
Sure.
With regard to the proposed new immigration law, just to give you some of the broad outlines that we've been hearing, it's an 8-year plan, basically. A path for citizenship for those that are here illegally since January 1st of 2021. That's 3 weeks ago. So basically, the bill proposes if you've been in the country since before January 1st, that you can apply for your green card. It's a 5-year path to get the green card, and then 3 years for citizenship. In addition, for those that have applied for DACA, those that have been approved for DACA, those that have been approved for temporary protection status, TPS, it will be even faster. In addition, which is something that hasn't been publicized, they're proposing to get rid of the 3 and 10-year bars. What that means is, right now the law is if you're in the country illegally for 6 months or longer, so if you come with a visa and you overstay for 6 months or longer, and then you leave the country, you cannot come back to the United States for 3 years, regardless whether you get somebody to apply for your green card, whatever. You need a waiver if you're eligible. If you're in the country illegally for more than a year and then you leave the United States, you cannot come back to the U.S. for 10 years. Those bars have been in effect now for about 30 years, or 25 years. They came about in the mid-90s under the Clinton administration, and they have done substantial harm to the immigrant population. Again, because you can be here for 5 years. Let's say you came and you overstayed, or you entered illegally and you remained in the country. Now you're married to a U.S. citizen and you have 5 U.S. citizen children. You cannot get your green card unless you leave the country and risk being stuck there for 10 years. A lot of people, because of that, haven't taken advantage of their familial relationships, being married to a citizen, or having parents that are citizens, or having a U.S. citizen child who's over 21 and wants to sponsor you. There have been a lot of people, millions, I would say, that have not been able to take advantage of those familial relationships because of the fear of getting stuck in their country for 3 or more likely 10 years. This bill proposes to eliminate those bars. This is the first time that there's been even a hint of discussing removing these bars. That is a major, major development. Now, whether it happens or not, we shall see. But again, this proposal by the Biden administration is it would amount to an earthquake in the immigration field. And one other point to be taken: every previous comprehensive immigration reform proposal has included trade-offs to try to get the conservatives, to try to get the Republicans on board, basically saying, okay, we'll give you more border security, we'll build some wall, or we will make life much more difficult on immigrants, and so on and so forth. This bill does not include any such proposal. That is a first. Biden is basically telling the Republicans that he's going to go and do it his way, and either you get on board or you don't. He has not thrown the other side even the remotest olive branch to get them to come on board. This is what Obama did when he was president, in his first term, and he tried to get comprehensive reform. He tried to get the Republicans on board, and as a result, he was clearly unable to do that. He was offering all kinds of security proposals with regard to the new law. It didn't work. Biden obviously has learned from Obama's mistake in this regard, and he's going it alone without any such offers, which I think is a really bold move. Let's see if it happens.
I think, listen, and Adam, I'm sure, can relate to this. When you sue someone, you sue for 50 million, 100 million. It doesn't mean you're going to get the 50 million or 100 million. So he's, I think, being overly ambitious, but he's going to reach a midpoint that I think would likely appease both sides, because, at the end of the day, it is compromise. And at some point we are going to need them, right? Or not we, I guess the Democrats are going to need the Republicans.
Well, if you listen to Fox News this morning, they led with this. They're not talking about the inauguration.
Well, Fox News was also talking about the caravan. There's another caravan that was coming.
That's right. The caravan
it's the end of the world.
Where the caravan is coming. It's open borders again. Biden's going to let everybody in. Regardless, rapists, killers, they're all. That's what. And you probably turn on Fox News and you see illegal immigrants climbing over the wall. Which is probably a clip from 5 years ago. Right, but regardless, there are already congressmen, conservative Republicans, that have come out and said Biden's bill is a non-starter. And I'm sure he expected that. Don't be surprised. This is not going to go away. Biden is putting a lot of muscle, a lot of political capital behind this proposal. Otherwise, he would not be doing it so quickly. All right. Don't be surprised if the Republicans in the Senate, because this is all about the Senate, the House is going to pass it. To get it through the Senate requires a 60-vote majority because of the filibuster. Don't be surprised, depending on what happens with the Republican opposition with regard to this bill and whatever else Biden is proposing. Don't be surprised that issue about the filibuster comes back up and they talk about getting rid of it. Do not be surprised. That could be the end result here.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, just to explain, the filibuster requires a 60-vote majority in order to get past this filibuster. So there's been talk about the Democrats eliminating the filibuster rule, which would then require just a 51 to 49 majority in the Senate in order to get any kind of legislation passed. Could happen as a result of this. Go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that again at 11 o'clock, Senator Menendez from New Jersey is going to be speaking about this new legislation, which he will introduce into the Senate. So at 11 o'clock, we'll be listening to that, and we'll then report to you back tonight, tomorrow, and future radio programs about what Senator Menendez said about what legislation he's going to be introducing into the Senate and when, probably right away. So you'll hear from us again tonight, tomorrow, about what Senator Menendez said. At 11 o'clock, I'll be on the tube listening and report back to you.
Right, we're on 6 o'clock again tonight. We'll be talking about all these developments later on this evening.
Yep.
Absolutely. So 6 o'clock tonight, make sure you tune in. We'll be putting that out on social media also to let everyone know about that. But we do have some immigration questions here, if you guys don't mind answering a couple of them. All right. Once again, it's a great day from my side. It's a great day from the attorney's side. It's great to be here on a new lease on life, considering the past 4 years.
Well, I've always been, how many times have I said it's always darkest before the dawn? All right. If ever it was a scenario where that's playing out, here we are. All right. It's finally dawn of a new age. The darkness has lifted. Even yesterday, you know, it's supposed to be a rainy, lousy day. Biden came on, the sun came out. You know, this is one of those days. Perfect example of that old expression, it's always darkest before the dawn. And now that we do have a new dawn in front of us, and immigrants in the United States should be really happy about the possibilities before them. You know, all these people that have been here for 20, 30, 40 years, and we on this program have seen many of those people. They might now finally have a chance to get their legal status in order. Finally.
Definitely. Conrad Pollack giving his input as to what he feels and believes is cautiously optimistic. Is that the phrase you use?
Yes. This is my color commentary.
All right. Let's get to a quick immigration question here. The number is 844-774-3529 for immigration or personal injury. That's 844-PPID law. Quick question here. I am a green card holder and I want my husband to come and join me here in the United States. I got married in my home country and my husband lives there. I came to the USA in December 2020. I want to apply for my husband as soon as possible, but I heard that I cannot file the I-130 till the 31st of March 2021. Currently, I'm jobless. Do I need to have a job before applying? What if I arrange co-sponsor? Can I file for him at the moment or should I wait?
You should not wait. You don't need a co-sponsor to file a petition for your husband. We suggest that you file a petition right away. Co-sponsors come later on in the game. If you want any help, give us a call. We'll be happy to sit down and work on your case and file that petition for you.
You know, people, filing the visa petition is the same as getting a place in line. You know, you go into the bakery and you push you get the machine that gives you a number. That's basically the same thing, all right? Filing that I-130 petition gives you your place in line. It's like pushing that button in the bakery to get a ticket to see who goes first or second or third. That's what that is. And as Alan said, all the other things follow. The joint support and tax returns and all of that type of stuff happens much later on. You don't need anything. You could be unemployed and sitting at home watching Oprah every afternoon. You could still put that visa petition in. Look, in the end, you're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to give up the TV and find a job. All right. But that's down the road.
Got you. All right. Once again, folks, don't do it yourself. That's my suggestion. Don't do it yourself. Call the firm PPID at 844-774-3529. Immigration or personal injury, just call the firm, 844-PPID law. Another question here. I am a U.S. citizen. After living outside of the U.S. for more than 10 years, I recently returned for my husband's immigration with no cash, no employment, pregnant at 6 months. My husband is due to enter this week. Considering the current pandemic situation, being a co-sponsor on my husband's application, can I take state food stamps and WIC essentials and it won't affect the citizenship process? It's a question.
There are two different things going on. One is, yes, you can file a petition and you should do that right away. As Conrad said, co-sponsors come later on in the game. Just get the petition in as soon as possible, because then you're getting your ticket at the bakery and getting online.
So once again, getting the ticket at the bakery, that's a term that we're going to be using a lot here. 844-PPID law. One more question. What is the timeline for the F4 category? Like when the petition is approved and sent to NBC?
That's a fourth preference case. U.S. citizen sibling applying for a brother or sister. I don't know the date. That date is issued. There's a visa bulletin.
Over 806.
All right, so there you go. It's about a 15-year process. There's a visa bulletin that's put out by the Department of State every month, which lists the dates as they move forward. So basically, if you punch that ticket at the bakery in 2006, and you got your place in line, right now they're working on cases that were filed in 2006, so you're ready to go. If you filed your case in 2010, you're going to have a good 4 or 5 year wait. If you filed after that, it's going to probably be even longer. But right now, you're looking at a solid 15 years.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks to everyone for tuning into Cruising with the Case Handler. The case handler is Adam Handler, a personal injury attorney and partner at the firm Pollack, Isaac, and Lasico. On this said show, we have immigration, not only personal injury, And we spoke with the Allen EKs who gave us the news update. Remember to email news@ppid.com to join the newsletter for the firm. We also had Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, another partner at the firm. You heard from Conrad Pollack, the managing partner right now on Facebook with the minefield background behind him. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration every single weekday at 9:30 a.m. Don't forget, in 2 weeks, on February the 5th, we will come your way with what's called PPID Law Forum, where we speak about the different areas of the firm and with the focus on immigration, considering what's going on with our current president, Joe Biden, who is putting out a flurry or has put out a flurry of executive orders. We also want to remind you later on this evening, we will be right here on Facebook. Share that with everyone. Remember to join, set your alarm, set your Alexas and Siris and everything to remind you that we're on at 6 p.m. this evening. We'll be doing an extensive show on immigration. Bring all your questions, all right, on personal injury and immigration. Once again, tune in at 6 p.m. on Facebook page, PPID. Also, that's Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, the Case Handler page, and yours truly, David Squeeze Annakie's page, and Link Up Radio's page. We'll be here. Thank you so much, Alan. Thank you so much, Nelson. Thank you so much, Conrad. Thank you so much, Case Handler Adam. We'll catch up at 6 p.m. this evening.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much.
Okay, everyone, share the number 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. And remember, don't do your case yourself. Make sure you reach out to PPID. Thank you all for joining. My question is, are you down with PPID? Thank you all so much for watching and listening.